What's up, shooters? My name is Logan, aka Spider Hands, and welcome to SB Reviews, where today we're checking out a sort of a performance by a group led by Imani, Wright, and SwanoDown, and this is the Millennium stage. And we're going to switch over to here because we've got ourselves a YouTube music video. We've got ourselves a Millennium stage set, and we're going to start it. We got a classically trained musicians. Subscribe to the Kennedy Center, cool. So it's at the Kennedy Center. Classically trained musicians Imani, Wright, and SwanoDown put on an engaging amalgamation of opera, jazz, and R&B. They will perform their most popular pieces such as So I Thought, along with their own renditions of operatic classics. Dope. Just going to turn off that camera there because I don't really need it going anymore because we're going to be spending 45 minutes listening to their material, and I'm excited for this. So we are going to hear and see what we think. But
that wasn't very loud. Let's try that again. How is everyone?
Hey, we got a bit of applause. That's nice.
Great show for you tonight. We have Imani, Wright, and SwanoDown. But before we start, here's a little intro video.
Okay, we got an intro video. That's dope. That was a smooth transition into the intro video, actually. Well done. August 24th, 2019. Oh, I'm loving that guitar work. That flamenco style with that nylon acoustic. So we got someone running, and then we got someone playing guitar. I believe that is an interesting transition here. Or just sort of a contrast juxtaposition between the two. Is the guitar summarizing his experience running through the woods? He looks kind of confused, doesn't he? There's interesting kind of bokeh and lens flare going on in this video. I love the little timestamp at the bottom. Is he running away from his problems and now he's coming back to face them? What's happening here? What's the imagery meant to sort of help us to ascertain here? Dope. Imani, Wright, and Swano. Alright, let's fall in love with this, alright? I'm keen for this. Live at the Kennedy Center. Dope. Let's do this. Okay, we got a lady vocalist, that's kind of cool. Harmonizing or creating sort of a pad kind of effect over that sort of like main guitar riff. And we got a drummer as well in the background behind a shield so that his drums don't leak over the vocals. All right.
Oh boy, lavishly, you ready? Oh boy, oh boy.
All right, we got some kind of third and fourth harmonies going on with those vocals.
Oh boy, lavishly, you ready?
Loving that 16th note groove on the hi-hat, eh? That's pretty sweet.
Every day you want it, but they say you can't have it. Say you won't need it. Say you won't have it. Say you won't have it. They say
it's been mixed pretty well. It's great to hear that the lady is like. It's great to hear the lady is on the right of the stereo field as well as on the stage. That they've got sort of an audience sort of experience going on with the mix. Which is like, when you think about it, the best way to do it. You want to sound like you're in the concert. I'm loving the charisma and the energy so far. The main sort of vocalist has got a lot of energy to give, I feel.
Learn a lot from them and what you can see. You can walk in every day home, feeling alone, feeling so lonely. But you can see boldly. Nah, you know it's never been cozy. Nah, you know it's never been cozy. Oh hey, oh hey, oh hey. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
It's very difficult, to find room to breathe in those lines and to keep it melodic. Like that sort of shows just the kind of skill level we've got with these vocalists. Like three-part harmonies. It's pretty dope. And the rapping is on point as well, man. His flow is pretty onto it. Hey, a bit of chemistry, a little bit of engagement, like interaction between the performance.
You can't even see the top end. You ain't got no kind of helping coming from the top end. You ain't got no kind of helping from the bottom, so they push you up like push you up. Every day they push you down. You ain't even got nothing, not even gravity came and push it down. You ain't even came and push it down. You ain't even came and push it down. Oh.
I think everyone is kind of vibing and grooving along to this, eh? Like, it doesn't seem like the sort of the rapper is kind of the focal point. It's well, maybe like it's like he's obviously the part you want to focus on in the mix. That's the way it's sort of been set up. But the other vocalists are sort of being supportive of him, and it's not like, oh, he's got to do it alone. They're trying to sort of help him with their own sort of added little bits of tonal sort of input, and it's just a great sort of all-round experience at the moment.
Boy, lavishly, you ready? Oh boy, every day you want it. Oh boy, lavishly, you ready? Oh boy, every day you want it. Oh boy, yeah. 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 Oh boy, yeah.
I mean, it's catchy.
Oh boy,
the energy is building. You're crescendoing.
Oh boy, yeah. Oh boy, yeah. Can you say how y'all feeling tonight?
Damn, that was smooth. Just that exit was fantastic.
On the vocals, 14 on trombone, Muammar on the guitar, Robert 1 the third on drums. If y'all ready to have a good night, let me see I say, oh yeah, one time.
Hey. So Swano's on the right and Imani is on the left. He's got his own t-shirt. That's...
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. They've both got t-shirts. Oh, okay. They both got Swano t-shirts.
Took her to the beach. Hey, she said the same for me.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say that the man on the right at this point in time is Imani Wright, and the other guy is SwanoDown.
So I took her to the lane.
Or Swano.
Just so she could understand. So I took her to my spot. Hey, she wanna leave on the dot. So I took her to the lane. Yeah.
Like, I'm glad that this lady on the left can sing. Excuse me for a moment. Just for a moment. I just want to check something real quick. Okay, so we've got Imani Wright on lead vocals and piano. We've got Muammar on guitar. We've got 4TAE, who is on trombone and background vocals. KLA on vocals. I'm assuming that she's a lady on the left. And then we've got Robert Wooden 3, drums and background vocals. So I'm assuming that Swano or SwanoDown is the actual group, like the musicians that are supporting Imani Wright. I understand it now. I get what's happening here. I understand the process. That's cool. We'll continue.
Just so she could understand, baby. Hey. I remember days with my backpack. Matter of fact, I still got a backpack. I remember days on my web, babe. Matter of fact, you know I still made a web, baby. I like the intellectuals. I like the sapiosexuals. All because you got some brain, babe. It doesn't mean that you're giving me brain, baby. Come on, mama.
Just because you got some brain doesn't mean you're giving me brain. That's interesting. That's an interesting line there, because some people are intelligent, but they don't actually behave in a way where, like, they sort of interact with you that way. You know, some people are very shut off and they don't want to sort of let their walls down, so they either act kind of dumb or they act like someone they're not. You know, they don't want to show you their true selves, and it's a shame when that happens.
Come on, changing my mind. come on, mama, I'm here, yeah, yeah. So I took her to the beach, oh yeah, just so she can be with me. So I took her to the land, yeah, just so she could understand. So I took her to DC, hey, just so she could be with me. So I took her to the land, yeah, just so she could understand, baby. Hey.
All right, cool. Cool. It's good to have a part where Imani is allowing the other vocalists to kind of have their time to come in and have their time to shine. You gotta have that equilibrium, that kind of give and take.
Why betray me? I'm so sinking. It's like treason. It's like treason. Why betray me?
Their trombone work is fantastic, by the way. I love how sort of the melodies on the trombone are fairly simple, but they either support the root notes or they add a sort of a little bit of texture to the overall harmony. Yeah, there's a bit of energy in there. There's a bit of pep, bit of sassiness. It's just a nice kind of texture to add to it, like a nice sort of tone. I'm vibing with it.
Yeah, just so she can be with me. Just so she could understand, yeah. Just so she can baby, she can baby, she can
This is more like a jam session than anything else, isn't it? They're just having fun playing their instruments and having together as a group. Sick. That was a smooth. That was a really strong performance there. Two for two. I'm blown away by that. Excellent. And K. Oh no, the mic. Oh, the K's mic fell down. That's rough. Is the guitar been DI'd or is it? Oh, damn! That was a smooth run right then.
If there's only one thing, you've always got me, and the rest of your family.
And the trombone guy is just like, oh, the trumpet, that is a trombone, right? The trombone guy is just nodding his head and just digging what the guitarist is doing. Let him have his time to shine.
If it's only one thing,
there's a nice reverb on Imani's vocals at the moment. Hey, trombone's coming back in. Sorry. I know there is a difference between the two. I promise I do.
So why should I deal the way you deal? Oh, why should
I actually think that's a really nice way to finish each sort of 4 bars with that do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I think that's an excellent way of showing the guitarist's ability, whilst also changing up the flow of the song. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then 16th note kind of groove on that riff, and it allows the drummer to sort of take a break from having to control the rub of the song for the most part. Those kind of offbeat open hi-hats on the end of the 1 and 3 are also quite cool. On the end of the 2. On the end of the 2 and the 4, sorry, should I say.
I made a promise, yeah, to all of my cousins, yeah.
Alright. I'm listening to Imani now. What's he got to say?
This is what I said, eh? I said don't give up on your dreams. Yeah.
Oh, that's a beautiful message. Don't give up on your dreams.
And I've been there, oh, I see the seams. I've seen them all fall so deep, yeah. Yeah, but I promise that I got you and you got me. So why should I
That's gorgeous. That's really lovely. It's nice to hear that he's supporting his family like that and letting them know that they should chase what they want, their ambitions in life. Because there's more to life than just existing. You can do things. You can make your own decisions. You can make your own way in the world. And because you've got like an average of around 70 or 80 years on this place, that's a long time. That's like 24. My maths isn't very good. What is it? Give me a moment. 300 times 800 is 80,000. Yeah? 300 times 80. 24,000 days or something like that. That's a lot of days. I need to do some more maths. A lot of time to have fun with life. Even if it isn't always easy. It's just so slick. It's nice that Imani is kind of being a bit more sort of careful about the amount of syllables he puts in. He's letting his notes run. He's holding those key words whilst the guitarist is sort of doing more with those sort of like arpeggios and those seventh chords. Like minor sevens or something like that. Boom, 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 boom. Like a dominant seventh chord or something. I don't know. And this is where I'm really thankful. This is where I'm really thankful that Imani can sing, because I've listened to vocalists do that before and that live, and they've screwed it. They have screwed that up, and it's just so painful. There's a fine line between sort of making the song all about yourself to the point where it's just an ability to show off how you ornament your singing and how you do those little up and down runs. And then there's sort of trying to add a little bit of an extra piece to the puzzle to make a song even better. I think Imani is on the adding that extra bit to the puzzle side of things at the moment. Why should I? Oh, why should I? See, he goes quiet when it needs to be, and he builds himself up when everyone else is building up. It's just kind of common sense performance songwriting that I really value. That was gorgeous. Very breathy performance. He's breathing well. Obviously his vocal technique is spot on. That's 3 for 3, man. Oh, I'm loving these guitar-led tracks. It's interesting because of the fact that I don't think he's using a bass in this. There's no bassists, are there? He's got his guitar, but he's not got a bass that he's doing as well, so it's just very rare that you don't have a bass, but in this track, the guitarist is doing enough for you not to need the bass, which is saying something. But I've been satisfied by the way that we talk. You make it home on time. You call me right on time. There hasn't been too much going on. So you ask, why must I continue to frown? For some reason there's like a fragility and a sort of a vulnerability to that. Like the way he delivered those lines with a bit of a crackle on his voice. I'm not sure if you can do that on purpose. I think it's when you feel like genuine pain and that delivers through your performance. It's this humanity showing through, you know? Yeah, no. This is the stuff I can forgive because, you know, like when he was doing this kind of that kind of stuff before, right? He was doing it very well. But if it was exclusively that, that's when it gets troublesome. But then there are some parts where he brings the intensity down and he sort of simplifies his expressions verbally, and it's a thing of beauty.
Don't let my down moment play so deep in your heart.
I see where we're going with this.
Yeah. Don't let my down moments, break us apart.
Oh, that drummer is just phenomenal. That drummer has an innate, fundamental understanding of where he needs to sit in that group to be a rock solid, like he's a fluent percussionist. I'm so glad he's holding that note. I'm so glad he's holding that note.
I've been hiding again.
Cool. Good contrast between going B and then that kind of stuff. Yeah, this is great. Good contrast. Contrast is really important. Oh. Hey, we're building up. We're getting out of that lull. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, here we are again. Yeah, arguing about God knows what. Oh yeah, but I've been satisfied.
Is Kay coming back on stage? Is he sort of like, yay, go on, you can do it?
Yes, I have, baby. You make it home on time. You call me right on time. There hasn't been too much going on. So you ask, why must I continue?
This is incredibly professional, isn't it?
Yeah, for some reason
I see we have a piano. I wonder what's going to happen later on. I remember Imani being a pianist, but you know.
Oh yeah, and quite frankly, oh yeah, I need you, my friend. Yes I do, babe. Yes I do, babe. Say, but I gotta let it go, gotta let it go, let it.
I've just realized at the Kennedy Center they have their own drum kit. Look at that. They have their own drum kit for people to use.
Go, gotta let it go, let it go. Gotta let it go, let it go, 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 but I can't let you
I'm loving the fact that he can solo alongside the lyricist. He can guitar solo alongside the lyricist. And it sounds like it's like a really good-natured friend who's like, yeah, you keep going. I'm just gonna play these notes to kind of support you and to give you an added little bit of brightness and clarity. And I dig it. It takes a sort of certain kind of talent to be able to do a little guitar solo, little leadish kind of melody, while the vocalist is doing those sort of lyrical repetitions. I think is he using a loop pedal or something like that? Loop pedals are dope, man. And bringing it back down in sort of the general mood and vibe to kind of mirror the lyrics and the way the vocalist is delivering is singing right now. This band is on point. SwanoDown, Swano and Imani are just fantastic. Fantastic effort.
Oh, lately, I've been hurting again. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I need you, my friend. Yeah, but lately.
Oh. She has little subtle motions towards like the drummer, you know what I mean?
I need you, my friend.
Cool. Well done. Well done letting the instruments finish on that. And it's just a whole bunch of teamwork here. A whole lot of positivity right now. I think that might be 4. We're at the 5th song mark now. 5th. Piano time.
You guys ever sometimes just feel like you just need a break in life? You just need to chill out and just stand still? You guys ever feel like, you know, it's just so much going on in your personal life, at work, at school, you just can't wait to get home and just chill out or talk to that person you love? Y'all know that feeling?
Ah, what kind of piano is that one? This looks very fancy. I was expecting him to use a pedal, but no, he's just doing sort of like, just normal. It does actually suit to not have the sustain on those piano notes.
This fame doing nothing but leaving me down. Oh, I need to stand still when I'm walking up here. Oh, I need a hand when I'm walking up here.
I love how open-ended and sort of like bittersweet that piano line is. I love how it just gives so much flexibility to Imani with whatever he wants to say.
Oh, I need a kite just to fly for my head, yeah. Oh, I need to fly to the shelf, yeah. Take me somewhere where the clocks ain't fast enough, where the sun don't go down so fast.
I mean, like, there's a lot of emptiness in just having those 3 chords with those 3 main chords and like a total of 4 played per round, right? 1 and 4, like that, yeah. But like, it's enough to keep you engaged the whole time he's playing.
This thing so different, this thing done changed on me, this thing so livid. Ooh, I'm so livid, the way this thing turning, the way this thing traveled, the way my thing turning. I just need some help, babe.
You can feel how frustrated he is in his performance.
And it makes it easier, oh yeah. If I could stop for a minute here, if we can stop for a minute here, if I can put my head down, it makes it easy. Oh, it's so easy. I'm trying to find it, but it's so sneaky. Oh, it's so sneaky. Oh, I'm so weakened. So take me to this place that I ask. Hey. Oh, I need to stand still
It sounds like it doesn't know where it's going. Kind of like the subject matter, you know what I mean? He does like his long repeating notes, and luckily the vocals have been mixed well enough for it to not sort of... Yeah. Like, it's just the little things, like not compressing the vocals well enough, or like not setting the gain properly, so then you kind of have... And it's just little things like that that have been done so well that it doesn't matter if he builds in sort of his like expression if he's louder, because it will just sound the same volume anyways roundabouts. Or at least in the mix. You don't really need to do more with the piano than this, do you? Most of the themes throughout these sort of tracks we listened to today have been fairly simple, like the musical themes. That's the beauty of it, is that it's not overcomplicating the music. Good job. Good job for slowing it down. Yep. Well done. That's right. Well done. Excellent. See, people loved it. That is an effectively written, beautiful track.
I cried 3 times during rehearsal. My dad was watching me like, you gotta get yourself together, man.
It's okay to cry, man. It's all good.
Really turned to y'all? Like, is it really my back? Can y'all see me on the screen? All right, we're gonna deal with it for now. Y'all ready? Next song.
That is a little bit more upbeat, isn't it? I wish I had a vocal mic stand like that. My one's garbage. That mic stand is beautiful, dude. Hey. Hey. Guitars and bass, but guitars and drums again. I was wondering if they were going to come back and considering the change in sort of energy with that piano part. Again, like the drums, there's no really stupid crazy fills on the drums. There's no insane lead parts. On the guitar, it's a collaborative effort. It's less about the individual and more about the group, which is what you need, especially in stuff like R&B and soul and all that kind of stuff, you know? I've just realized that guitar is an Epiphone. I would not have picked that to be an Epiphone, like in terms of its tone, but it's pretty dope. Someone taking a flash photograph there. Oof. Oh, it's Steinway piano. It is a Steinway. I was wondering. I couldn't see that left side of it well, but that is a Steinway piano. No wonder it's... No wonder. Trombone! Woo! I've never heard a trombone solo before. This is one of those, the very first times that I'm endeared to it. It's a fine balancing act with a trombone because they have such a large dynamic range. Especially with a mic like that. Just if you go too close to it with your trombone, go and it just, oh, it distorts. You'd have to use a dynamic, wouldn't you? Yeah, that's an SM57 mic, so that makes perfect sense to me. You couldn't get away with a condenser with a trombone. It's too much. That was beautiful. Phenomenal. Whoa, that was a vicious lead line, dude. That was tight as hell, man. Those legatos, those hammer-ons, pull-offs. A lot of respect for that. And again, it's being good enough to also know how to do that loudly and quietly. It's that kind of stuff which I have a lot of admiration for each of these musicians, both as an individual and as a team. I would love to see these guys live. Hey! So what have we got now?
She laid books on her head like the Africans did. She went to sleep on an African bed. She went to the hair salon for African hair, but she really couldn't understand what she aired. She didn't understand what the ancestors are. She couldn't understand what the Africans are. She couldn't understand, couldn't go too far. So she said, please, let me just go play my guitar.
Oh, I get the context now. Did they turn her mic down because of the fact she wasn't on stage?
She laid books on her head like the Africans did. She went to sleep on
Cool,
the
yeah.
African bed. She went to the hair salon for African hair, but she really couldn't understand what she aired. She didn't understand what the ancestors are. She couldn't understand what the ancestors are. She couldn't understand, couldn't go too far. So she said, please let me just go play my guitar. Okay, let me teach you something new about the Zulu family. Something new, something different you don't see and they don't teach. Let me
Okay, I'm keen to learn more.
this other country, trying to copy themselves from the free, but 30 years under the life expectancy. So can you tell me please, man, how are we so free when 40 years ain't nothing, 40 years ain't nothing. Grandsons living without their grandfathers coffin. Then it's just a norm, it's just a norm, it's just a norm. But I see you and you in, and I see you and you in. The Shiki on, I love it, it's looking real nice on you. That don't mean nothing when I'm talking to you. Smarter like a book smart, I like a book smart, and wish they real smart. Claiming that you liberal when it comes down that you're real small. Trying to get like real small, smarter labels want to go. I was trying to get a roll, but you claim you so.
Sorry if I'm not talking much in this one, it's just because I'm trying to keep up what he's talking about. He's such a clever dude. Imani, he's such a clever dude. He goes from those really kind of beautiful, kind of warbly, kind of clean vocals, where he has a wide range of the way he delivers that, and then he's got this rapping which is just fluid, man. The kind of 16th note rhythms there. You can hear each syllable clearly. It's just, I'm having to concentrate. So if I'm not commenting too much on it, that's why.
Afro, Afro, and so Afrocentric, type of tenor-centric, love it over-centric, trying to be eccentric, love it over-centric, and I just saw you moving like you moving, she say.
It's nice to hear Kay's kind of upper register as well. I'm assuming this song is kind of coming to terms with like his heritage and sort of like what was like for the people who came before him, and sort of comparing his experience. And I'm assuming that's what this is about.
African shoes. She went to sleep when the Africans do. She hair salon and got her hair salon gone. She said, okay, I got my hair salon gone. But she went to the hair salon to get her hair straightened. Looking European. I said, that can't be you the way you're talking. Nigerian. Trying to speak Igbo and European.
Oh, okay. I get it. I get what's happening here now. Because those kind of purplish kind of, I feel like I'm gonna piss someone off by saying this. Braids? Is that the word for it? Like braids? I don't know the correct word for it. They look, they're absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. It would have taken a whole lot of time, to get those set up. They're beautiful. It's a beautiful hairstyle. And it's a shame when people feel self-conscious of their hairstyles and want to get sort of like straight hair. Because straight hair is so fundamentally boring, isn't it? You know? Yeah. So is this kind of discussing, like, what we do, right? Is this song kind of discussing what we do without knowing why we do it? Is that kind of what this is about? Is kind of the fact that we need to learn more about where we, about our sort of our grandfathers and our grandfathers' grandfathers, and sort of understand where we come. Is this kind of what the song's about? All right, that was smooth. So we had like an extended chorus then, didn't we? Like that means she you know, that was repeated a lot as kind of a really important line. And what I've noticed through a lot of this performance is there will be lines, especially when they're performing with everyone on stage, where they sort of center on a specific line and they repeat it, and they sort of change parts as they maybe do it sort of like 4 to 8 times, where maybe the drums will cut out, or maybe the guitarist will change sort of the way they're playing their melodies and harmonies, or the vocal harmonies will start, or he'll like start kind of being more intense with his vocals. But it's more about the message, I think, than telling the entire story. It's about getting that sort of, the key words inside your head as a listener. That was great. That was excellent. I really enjoyed that one.
So my mother, right? She's very nosy and she's very much into my relationships. So I wrote this song, it's titled So I Thought, not too long ago. My mother says, I know exactly what this song's about. It's about the girl that you loved who moved in with the guy behind your back. I said, Ma, it has nothing to do with that. Actually, it has everything to do with that. That's exactly what the song's about.
Oh, man. Okay, I understand what the song's about now. Alright, that guitar has been DI'd, hasn't it? Has it?
To a star, bend it over to be a star. You don't break like you used to, babe. Yeah, yeah.
This guitar work is phenomenal. The way that the guitarist and vocalist have teamed up in this instance is perfect, because it's kept simpler. in like the first half of the verse and then the hook, there's kind of these finger picking parts with these little kind of frills, and Imani can just hold those notes. It's just thoughtful. It's thoughtful songwriting. I actually like the tone of that acoustic electric, eh?
Is it the way that I feel? Is it the way that I walk? Is it the time that I deal?
Those bar chords are a nice touch as well, going up high.
It's not all for you, babe. I think you've known this for a while. I done sorted out. Call you when I doubt. Know it's over a while when I know the truth. Oh. Yeah, I know the truth, oh yeah. So yeah, tell me why it's been hard forever now. I know that you've been down or you've been down for a while. Tell me you stay after when I know it close to 6. Tell me you stay after when it's over time to ditch. And I know, oh yeah. Because you told me so, yeah.
I understand what this track is about now, and it makes it all the more kind of... It sounds like Imani needs sort of more time to heal.
Sideways, not the same way, not the old way. And I thought I knew. Oh yeah. I thought I knew.
There's both a sadness and an acceptance in this sort of singing right now.
Yeah, I know what it takes away. So I thought I know when it breaks. Whoa, so I thought send me far to a star, babe. And I knew, babe. So I thought, yeah. So I yeah, so I thought, whoa, so I thought, yeah, say, I know what it takes, yeah, so I thought, I know when it breaks, whoa, so I thought, send me far away, yeah, to a star, and I knew, babe, so I thought, oh, so I thought, oh, so I thought, yeah, so I thought.
That would be completely heartbreaking, like to have that happen to you, and for this guy to be brave enough to write a song about it and then sort of make it public and to actually find success off the back of it. That's the ultimate. I feel like that's the ultimate success. For life to kind of deal you a crap hand and for you to sort of take that and make something sort of really kind of wholesome and just... I've said beautiful a lot today, gorgeous. The overall tonality with those kind of sort of intricate guitar kind of melodies and sort of that finger picking and the delicate nature of it all combined with those kind of the way the lines are delivered. I've said delivered a lot today as well. I'm repeating myself. It's alright, I'll find new words I'll find new words soon. Excellent. He's just as good live as in his sort of recordings. Without a doubt. Oh, big stretch. I think this is the last song. I think this might be the last song. Oh, this is a very different guitar riff, isn't it? This is a lot more intense. There's a bit of darkness to this one, dude. Like, in terms of like, kind of a rock kind of vibe to it. Good lighting work as well. Hey, keeping it kind of a very light bit of drive on that guitar tone. Oh, excellent fill work. Oh. Is this the operatic bit that they were talking about?
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Allow, ow, ow, baby. A long way, a long way.
It's great to hear the drummer having more real estate to sort of pummel over. It's dope, man.
Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. A long way from home. Come on, baby, home. Long way from home. Long way from.
Kind of a jazzy kind of swing vibe on that ride as well.
Yeah. Come on, baby, gotta get home. Come on, baby, watch me walk home. Come on, baby, gotta get home. Come on, baby, watch me walk home. Come on, baby, gotta get home.
I'm used to hearing like a fair bit of overdrive on riffs like this. But it's kind of nice to hear like a less kind of gritty version of it. Oh, sick.
True believer, don't believe her, oh babe. True believer, don't believe her, oh babe. Yeah, come on, baby, gotta get home. Come on, baby, watch me walk home. Come on, baby, gotta get home. Come on, baby, watch me walk home. Come on, baby, gotta get home. Come on, baby, watch me walk home. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think this is one of my favorite tracks off of the whole entire performance. It's a nice one to finish with. Trombone! Yay, trombone solo again! Guy's crazy on it! That trombone looks like it has been, It's cool to hear that trombone coming in and backing up that vocalist on this third time through this hook. And having like the boom 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 in the silence as a nice way of splitting up each sort of repetition.
Thank you.
Hey! And that was the performance. The Millennium Stage.
I love all y'all for being here. We got Forte on the trombone, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, we got trombone.
On the guitar.
Sick.
Robert 1 3rd on the drums.
Beautiful.
KLA on vocals. My name's Imani, Wright, and we are SwanoDown. I love you guys. Thank you.
Wait, no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So I was thinking, I've been calling K this entire time, right? And so if I've been doing, I would have had to do the review again because I can't have that kind of inaccuracy in a review like this, because that is just glaring just deficiency in the ability I do reviews if I get someone's name wrong like that. But I'm blown away by just the level of professionalism in general with this performance. It's so top tier. It's so cool to listen to musicians play just as well live as they do in their own recordings. It's just, yeah, it's just professionalism at its finest, isn't it? You know, I apologize if the lighting's a bit weird. I have the Christmas lights. I have nanoleaf panels. So occasionally I'm going to glow red. Occasionally it's going to be green. So yeah, anyways, to talk about this performance by Imani, W.J. Wright, and SwanoDown, I think that this has been an excellent example in how to show your range as a musician, as a performer, and as a professional. You know, from the part songs where we just had piano and vocals to the parts where we had full-on guitars, trombone solos, you know, guitar solos, drum lines, and we had 3-part vocals, and all of that combined. But for it not to be the whole time, for there to have been considerations put into explicitly putting this part needs to be this many musicians, this part needs to be this many musicians, it's just those little touches which make a performance just incredibly interesting, and it changes the vibe up. I feel like if it had been everyone the whole entire time, it might have been a bit too samey. And that's the strength of, you know, these musicians. They understood that. They understood they needed to take turns to have their own bits and pieces. And it was just, again, as I've said many times throughout this review, it has been a collaborative effort. This is one of my longer reviews. And occasionally I fear that I miss things. But I did not struggle to keep myself focused on these guys throughout the entire performance because they were so engaging. They interacted with the audience. There were little stories told, you know, about how the mother was like, are you sure the song, you know, that song's about, you know, so-and-so and stuff like that, you know, talking about how, like, you know, time moves too quickly and how we just want to slow it down. Those kind of things help build a rapport with the audience. And it shows that these guys have been doing this for a while. They're very comfortable on stage. And I have no doubts about their ability to go on tours and sort of sell records if they continue to operate like this. It's a very competent, impressive performance on behalf of everyone involved. And I'm very blessed to be been able to check out these guys and do what they do. There were some parts which, like, when I heard it initially, I myself was sort of thinking, like, I needed more context with some bits. Like with some of the harmonies with like the vocal harmonies with all three, like, was it like forte? If I hang on a minute. Yeah, with some of the parts with like Forte, Kay, and Imani singing together, I wasn't sure necessarily about the chord they were using, but then when the rest of the instruments came in to give context, it made a lot of sense. It's kind of and you kind of need to have that. You can't just deliver everything to the listener on a silver platter because it becomes boring. And music, once it becomes boring, once a performance becomes boring, people are turned off by that. They don't want to hear more about it. It's just done. It is just it's just the end of it. And you're screwed. And your performance is screwed, and that's it. But it was not boring in the least. You know, from going from clean vocals to like sort of very sort of like semi-operatic vocals to like just rapping like an absolute like pro. It's just, there's so much polish and personality here and so much life. So many interesting like topics, like talking about sort of the African heritage to talking about wanting to sort of stop time, to talking about relationships, to talking about coping with your own feelings and reaching out with people and just coming to terms with the world as it is. A lot of love for these guys. But that is my review of Imani W.J. Wright and SwanoDown's Millennium Stage performance on August 24, 2019. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I do wish everyone involved the best of luck in future. I don't think they'll need it though. I think they'll do just fine. They're all, and yeah. You know, I don't want to sort of repeat myself because that doesn't make for much of a fun review, but I thank you for watching this review. Please do check out their various social medias and their YouTube performances. Stay cool, stay safe. Please also remember to support your local artists and musicians at this point in time as need the help more than ever. With all the crazy stuff going on in the world, I'll catch you next review. Spider hands out.